the warrant requirement, search warrant. In this search warrant discussion, we need to understand we have some very significant differences between search warrant requirements and the arrest warrant requirement. In the requirement for this arrest warrant, we know if a police they are going to make arrest in a public place, they do not need an arrest warrant. If they have a probable cause, they can make the arrest. But if they are going to make arrest in a private home, then they do need an arrest warrant. So that is a basic rule regarding arrest warrant. In search warrant, the search warrant situation is different. We say, as a general rule, a search warrant is required. Meaning is, as a matter of general rule, a search warrant is always required. It doesn't matter whether the police are going to conduct this search in a public place or in a private home. As a general rule, police always need a search warrant to conduct a search. But we do have some exceptions to the general search warrant requirement. So we are going to discuss these exceptions. So another way to understand this search warrant issue is this: as a matter of general rule, police always need a search warrant. We do have some situations and police may conduct a search without a search warrant, but in those cases, there must be an exception. Meaning is, if a police want to conduct a search without a warrant, they have to point out under which exception they can conduct this search without a warrant. So that is how we understand this search warrant requirement. Search warrant is also issued by a judge. So the process of applying for search warrant is like this. If a police believe they have a probable cause to conduct a search, they would prepare this affidavit, and they would send this affidavit, and they would bring this affidavit and together with their supporting evidence to a judge or magistrate, and to demonstrate, and they have probable cause to conduct the search. So after the judge examines the affidavit and also this supporting evidence, the judge will make a decision whether to issue the search warrant or not. It is very important for us to understand this. There cannot be a general search warrant. So we have this principle that is called no general search warrant. No general search warrant. Meaning is, a search warrant must be specific. The warrant must be specific, specifically indicating where the police are going to be searched and what items that are going to be searched for. The warrant cannot simply say police are authorized to search for criminal evidence. That would be an example of a general search warrant. If the warrant only says police can conduct a search for criminal evidence, that is not permitted because that would be a general search warrant. A search warrant must be specific. For example, the search warrant must indicate the police are going to conduct this search. For example, in this, the address would be 100 Morris Avenue, and then what police are going to search? They are going to search for drugs or a murder weapon. For example, could be a gun, could be a knife, or they are going to search for a stolen TV, or maybe a stolen bicycle, or maybe a stolen computer, stolen iPhone. But this, the warrant must be specific as to what police are going to search for. It cannot be in general, you just go there to search criminal evidence. So just remember, we have this legal principle, no general search warrant. This would bring us to this issue of the issue of a reasonable scope of a search. We do not permit the issuance of this general search warrant because we do not want police to conduct these unreasonable searches. So if we have this search warrant that is specific, and then we can have this, and then we can implement this requirement that police must limit their search within reasonable scope. So that is the issue of a reasonable scope of a search. Let's look at some specific examples. Suppose we have this search warrant. In the search warrant, it says police could search this particular residence for a handgun. Or maybe the search warrant would say the police could search this residence for a stolen iPhone. Okay, so that is that is required because we did say this search warrant must be specific. And then while conducting the search, as far as this reasonable scope is concerned, can the police open a desk drawer? Can the police open a shoebox? The answer is yes, because for handgun, for stolen iPhone, those items could be found in a desk drawer or in a shoebox. Okay, so but what if suppose open this desk drawer or open this shoebox? They did not find this handgun. They did not find this stolen iPhone. They actually found drugs. Could they seize these illegal drugs? And could these illegal drugs be used as evidence against the suspect? The answer is yes, because police did not do anything wrong. Police conducted this reasonable search. Police limited their search within reasonable scope. So if within the reasonable scope, they found other criminal evidence in plain view, they can seize the evidence. They could also use this evidence could also be used as evidence against the suspect. But suppose we have a warrant. The warrant says the police would go to this residence to conduct a search for a stolen bag. And then, can the police open a desk drawer? Can the police open a shoebox to conduct the search? The answer is no, because police could not find a bag in a desk drawer. Police could not find a bag in a shoebox. So, though if they conduct a search, if they open this like a desk drawer or maybe a shoebox or maybe a cookie jar, they would have gone beyond the reasonable scope of search. That search would become an illegal search. So suppose in this warrant the warrant says police could go to the residence to search for a stolen bag, and then police opened this shoebox. In the shoebox, they found drugs. Can the drugs be used as evidence against the suspect in a criminal trial? The answer is no, because this search of the shoebox would be an illegal search. Police went beyond this reasonable scope. So that is really why this discussion of this reasonable scope of a search is very important. Just remember, this issue of a reasonable scope is a very important issue. you do need to remember what we mean by this. Police may only, when conducting a search, police must limit the search within reasonable scope, because this would determine whether this police search is legal or the police search is illegal. In the discussion of other cases, we will revisit this issue of a reasonable scope over and over again. So it is important for us to remember what we mean by this issue of a reasonable scope.